Hey, what's up guys, CKid here, and today I have the BLU R2 Plus Smartphone, and blue is the name, not the actual color, so I don't want you guys to get that confused. Now I've had this phone here for about 3.5 weeks now, and I've been using it, and I really want to give you guys my full conclusion on this because I want you guys to see, can you purchase a phone for around $150 to $200 and still get a lot of the features that you guys like and maybe some of the other high-end smartphones that are out on the market today. So without further ado, I'm going to give you guys the full breakdown and full review of this phone. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, what's going on? This CKid, and I'm back with more hotness like a third degree. Burn, you learn the words embedded memory. I'm giving inside tech, it's like a secrecy. Now this is where I was, and this is where I will be. By showing love and likes in the comments is basic chemistry. It ain't just a thought, this is what I foresee. Now hit that subscribe button right now and make reality. Let's go. Welcome back. So the version you all see here is the Plus Edition, which is a 5.5 inch Full HD 1080p curved glass display with a thick bezel design. Now it does include a 13 megapixel front facing and rear facing camera, 32 gigs of internal memory, 3 gigs of RAM with expanded micro SD option up to 64 gigs, and 1.3 gigahertz octa-core processor with T720 GPU, and running Android 7.0, all for $130 on Amazon, which I will link this phone in the description below for more details. Now with all of the specs of this phone guys out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what I like and dislike about this phone, and stay tuned to find out if I think this budget phone is worth your money or do I think you should save up for something better. So starting with the positives, immediately I like the placement of the fingerprint scanner on the back of the phone. It is positioned perfectly for my finger to be able to access to unlock the device. Now with that being said, one of the things that I dislike was the response time of that fingerprint scanner. Now I felt that it was a bit slower than some of the other phones that are out on the market today. Now again, this phone is much cheaper, so this functionality is somewhat expected, but it is something that I felt like you all should know. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is the multitask feature. Now this is something that I personally enjoyed using, that I feel works very well with me having like YouTube open or my Facebook or my Twitter, that it was able to handle and process that fairly smoothly with no hiccups. Now I didn't like how some apps like Instagram on the device does not support split screen or multitasking. Now I'm not sure if that was a phone thing or if it was an operating system thing or if it was just an Android thing. If you know guys, drop me a comment below and let me know. I would be interested in finding that out. Next I want to talk about and discuss is the fluid smooth scrolling or the screen swiping. Now I noticed that it was not as responsive as something that I would like on my iPhone. Now there were some times when I would swipe to try to go to the second screen and it would just be unresponsive, or I would have to swipe again to have it do what I wanted to do. Now this was something that was pretty annoying and honestly would make me not want to purchase this phone or use it for that matter. Now using Google Assistant on it worked just fine as expected, because let's be honest, Google Assistant just works well pretty much everywhere. Now as far as the cameras go, there is no saving the cameras or anything positive that I can say about them. I just thought the picture quality was horrible. It was very grainy, and I think that no one should take photos of anything on this phone, and I mean anything. Next is the speaker. Now the speaker placement on this device is located on the back. Now the sound quality coming from this phone is not going to blow you away, and it does get loud, but the quality is very flat and not really bassy at all. And I'm not a huge fan of putting speakers on the back of the device, because when you hold the phone, most likely your hands are going to be covering that speaker, which is going to alter that sound coming out of that speaker. Then if you want to actually put it down, then that's instantly going to muffle that sound again, causing you to have to lay this on the screen face down in order to project the sound coming out the back. So I'm not personally sure who came up with this design wise, but I would prefer to see front facing speakers or speakers on the bottom of the phone instead of the back. And last but not least, although it has a plastic backing, which is going to be more durable for drops and such, but in today's world where wireless charging is a thing now, and it makes this phone seem a bit outdated for the times today, but having that plastic backing is going to be more durable in case of drops. Now who is this phone for? Now I think this phone is for people who are looking to introduce someone or themselves into using a smartphone and not want to actually break the bank while doing it. Now there were some positives as well as some negatives. But to me, using this phone as a daily driver would be an absolute no-go for me because of all that I personally require out of a smartphone that I felt like I didn't get while using this phone. But I can see someone using this if they want an Android device but don't want to break the bank. So would I recommend this phone to someone, or would I advise them to save their money and wait until they can possibly afford either an iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, or Google Pixel? And with these brands and models, I'm not just talking about the latest and greatest. I currently am rocking an iPhone 6 Plus, and that phone blows this phone out of the water, hands down. So in my opinion, if I was in the market for a budget phone with not a lot of bells and whistles and a not so great camera and don't want to break the bank, then I think this would be a perfect option for you to still get if you just want those basics. But if you can save your money and shoot for a middle to newer big company phone, then that's the route that I would personally take. Well guys, that's all I have for you all today. That is my full review of the BLU R2 Plus phone. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to go crazy on that like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.